clearly Tomlin's saying we really, really need Ben to come back. And this is a franchise that was thinking about moving on from him last year before they worked out the contract.
Yeah.
They trade for Dwayne Haskins. You think maybe he's the future. Mason Rudolph clearly isn't the future. Where is Dwayne Haskins, first and foremost, in this picture? And where do the Steelers go after Ben Roethlisberger is, his career finally does come to an end?
I sat here for the last hour and a half, and I've been kind of thinking about why Mason Rudolph and not Dwayne Haskins, and I came up with a couple theories. One is he's better than him, and they've seen Dwayne Haskins enough that they think Mason Rudolph is a better player and gives them a better chance to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Or two,
that's not good,
is they seen Haskins enough to think that he is the guy going forward, and they need to get a little more information about Mason Rudolph.
Well, I can add to that
Because
story for you if you'd
I
like.
don't know why Mason Rudolph is playing potentially and Haskins isn't when he's young and he certainly has some ability. So it's like, what is it that's holding him back?
Well, there was a report. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
NFL Network, who said that Haskins spent warm-ups throwing lousy passes and checking his phone, despite the fact that he was QB2. Like, basically, you're one play away from getting in the game. And so the feeling is that the coaches were watching him, and they really weren't happy with his body language getting ready for the game. And that has been, that has been a bit of the criticism
for him. So that's what's circulating right now is the immaturity factor is still there.
And that's a crazy part, though, Key. Yeah,
your phone.
Exactly. And considering everything that's happened to Dwayne and everything he's been through, the maturity factor would be, because I'm trying to sit here to think same reason like you, Key. Like, why wouldn't Mike Tomlin give this guy a try? But obviously, those little things go a very far way when you think about Dwayne Haskins in general.
Yeah, it's disturbing to say the least. And then you say, where do they go from here? Maybe there's a quarterback out there that they already kind of know that's there.
Aaron Rodgers.
Mitch Trubisky.
Interesting name.
Guys on 1-year expiring contract type deals that they may be able to poach. Aaron Rodgers, for instance, out of the conference. NFC, AFC, so that's an easy deal.
But when you've had Ben for as long as you've had, like when you have a guy like that, as long as you've had him, it's that comfort zone. That's that security blanket that every year I can rely on this position being filled, and that's gonna expire very soon. And the hardest thing for any franchise, like we've seen some franchises where they have their franchise quarterback, they replace him with another one.
Yeah,
and you move on and you're fine. And then there's ones that go years
a guy like
to find the replacement.
A guy like Ben, who's been in and out of the lineup the last several years, you would think that the Pittsburgh Steelers would take somebody and put him behind him, even if they were going to keep Ben.
Well, that's what Haskins was supposed to be. That was the plan.
They picked him up off the streets, though.
Yeah, but the plan was sort of like, see if we get him in our culture and see if they can help him mature. He's taking selfies with fans before the game's even over with, and they're side-eyeing him going like, what is this dude doing?
Yeah, that may be a little bit of an immature thing. And then when they didn't select the quarterback last year, draft, you have to think that they didn't see a quarterback that they felt was going to give them stability like Ben did. So maybe they see something that's out there that we don't know anything about. I just mentioned Mitch Trubisky because I like Mitch Trubisky. So
yeah, and he's in a place where they're definitely rehabbing his career.
I like him. People don't like him. I kind of like him with the right situation and the right system. I think he can flourish and be a pretty good quarterback for somebody.
Well, that's why I was kind of shocked that the Steelers didn't decide to get involved in the whole Cam Newton sweepstakes, because I thought Cam would have been a perfect fit, considering if this is the way they do feel about Dwayne Haskins, and you watch Mason Rudolph play last week and you're like, that ain't the answer either, why wouldn't you be involved in that? Maybe they get involved into the Deshaun Watson scenario, depending upon how the one plays out this offseason.
You got to think, though, Jay, when you have – there's a lot of people that are insecure in their jobs, in life in general, not just sports. And when you bring somebody in that was a former MVP, even if you are on an expiring contract and that guy is struggling at the quarterback spot, people will boo for a Cam Newton to get on the field. So a Cam Newton's not done. He's not a done player. And people know that. And if he's sitting on your bench behind your star future Hall of Fame quarterback and that guy isn't playing well, the next best thing is the backup in the NFL. The NFL loves the backup quarterback.
Oh, yeah, most popular
Fans,
player on the team.
Yeah, you're right.
Player
Absolutely.
going. And imagine that happened and being Roethlisberger sitting there. You know, and on top of that, Cam didn't want to be a backup. Cam wants to be a starter. And guess what? When the opportunity presented itself with the Carolina Panthers, what did he do? He got in his car, went and signed a contract, and he'll probably be starting this Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I was going to say, guys, it's like as a person who talks about teams and is a fan of teams, you always want to see a team get better. That's why you explore.
Which team
in our
are you
heads,
a fan of?
Well, a lot of teams. I don't have to choose one. Only in basketball, I'll choose one. But that's why I wanted to explore Cam Newton. But there is a sense as an ex-athlete, the loyalty there, I do respect that. By saying, okay, Big Ben, you sacrificed X amount of years with this team. You were the face of this franchise. Scenario has worked out. We're going to let you ride out. I respect that by the Rooney family. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.